My mission is to find a cure for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, no matter what it takes.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Hope Show. I'm Jim Raffone, your host. Our show is inspired by Jamesy Raffone, powered by Adapting Social, and today's episode is sponsored by All American Ford in Old Bridge, New Jersey. Today's guest on the show is Walter Maldonado from Walter's Custom Painting. Walter, good afternoon, man.
Thank you, man.
It's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. So for those of you who don't know, Walter and I had met, was it almost a year ago now? We met at, thanks to the Monarch Moneymakers. Is that the name of the organization?
No. Monarch Organization. It's a business group that we have.
Networking group, right? Mm-hmm. Out of?
Ocean County.
County.
It serves Ocean Monmouth County.
Yeah, great group of people from the networking group, and they raised some money for Jar of Hope. Walter was a part of that. But what came out of that, even more important, Walter put together an event for Jar of Hope.
Yes.
And some other people, the fire department as well.
Bayville Fire Department, yes. Yeah,
God bless you, man. And this isn't the first time you've done something for the community.
No, this is actually my second year that we've done it. Together we rise, together we thrive. Last year we also did it for the fire department and Bright Harbor as well for the kids. And this year, we decided to give it to you and also the Bayville Fire Department.
God bless you. Well, I can tell you from everybody at Jar of Hope, we really appreciate your philanthropic work. Mm-hmm. It's great to see because not a lot of people in the community believe in philanthropy. Mm-hmm. What got you into philanthropy?
I just figured I'm in business. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if people are letting us do business in their community, why not give back to that community?
Beautiful.
Because if not, it's just like we're just taking from the community. Mm-hmm. There's so many people out there that need help that, a lot of people don't know. There's a lot of business out there, making money out there. Right. So it doesn't take much to actually give back to the community.
You're right. A lot of people don't realize how little bit of effort it takes to give back to a community, especially like you're saying that you're servicing, right? Right. And what I find is it's a feel good. Like, don't you feel really good after raising the money that you do for people and knowing that you helped? And just to share with you, the money that you donated to Jar of Hope, we were able to get 2 kids to go see doctors immediately who didn't take insurance, and we had to pay cash for. So the funds that you helped us helped 2 other kids, which is beautiful. And that's what this is all about, right. Trying to bring hope to a community where it seems very hopeless. And in the Duchenne community, there is a great deal of hopelessness. So thank you for that.
No, you're welcome.
And all your donors who took care of us.
Yes, there was a lot of business owners that came together and sponsored and donated as well. Right. There is business out there that want to give back. They just don't know how to. Mm-hmm. So this is a way for us to try to bring all the businesses together and see what we can do.
Right. So let's talk about next year. So you're going to do it again, I'm sure.
Yes.
Do you have a date yet?
No, we don't have a date yet.
Okay.
We haven't figured everything out yet. We're just trying to get over this one because we actually have a makeup date for this one that we did. We're actually having it tomorrow from 12 to 7. So if you guys are around, we're going to be having that.
Yeah, let's plug it. Where's it going to be?
It's going to be at Bayville Fire Department on Route 9 in Bayville, New Jersey from 12 to 4. It's just a makeup date from the October one that we got rained out on.
Yeah. God bless you. So, see that? What a good man. But let's talk about, I hear you have a very interesting background or past that, right? This is about hope, right? And this is about hope, bringing it to the young viewers out there who may be lost in their ways. And, you may not know, but you're a role model. You're a role model to many people for the successful painting company that you started, right? And it's all about the why. At Jar of Hope, I talk about the why all the time. Why am I in the position I'm in? Because of my son. He's driven me to do what I do. And for you, right? There's a lot of kids out there looking up to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I just figured that, when I started my business, it wasn't easy. Mm-hmm. In my childhood, I made some bad choices, and I felt like I was stuck. Mm-hmm. Because when you're that young, you feel like there's no other avenues. People don't want to hire you. People tell you can't start a business. Mm-hmm. And for me, the route that I took, you know, from being homeless to being in prison for a long time, I started to always blame other people why I didn't have a job or why I wasn't successful at what I wanted it to do. But once I started figuring out, like looking into myself and say, I gotta stop blaming everybody else. I gotta create my own destiny. Like, you're not gonna do it for me. My mother wasn't gonna do it for me. My kids are not gonna do it for me. And once I started figuring that out and say, you know what, I gotta do this for me. I gotta do it for my family. It was hard. It was hard. It's just, I started a business years ago. I would say probably 2015, and failed. I didn't know how to estimate. I didn't know how to run a business. I didn't know how to do anything. And I was still pretty much almost like in the streets, just like a knucklehead. And then I was just like, one day I was like, you know what, I want to take this for real. So in 2019, well, before that, 2 years before that, I started working for another painting company and learned what to do and what not to do, how to treat customers, how not to treat the customers. And I took that and said, you know what, in order for me to learn, I need to learn from another business owner and see what I have to do.
Smart.
And I did that for a year and a half. And for a year and a half, I worked for him. At nighttime, I went to go do my night job, which was painting. Anybody that would let me inside their house, you know, or new construction or whatever at night, I was doing. And I did that for a while. Till one day I was like, you know what, it's it. It's time to go on my own. So 2019, we started the business. And now we're 7 years strong and doing great. Thank God.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, and to all the kids out there that may be watching this, right? One of the most powerful things that he brought up was self-awareness and his awareness of what current situation he's in, and stop blaming other people and looked to the guy in the mirror.
Right.
Right.
And that's one of the hardest things is actually looking in the mirror, because when you look in the mirror, a lot of times you don't want to look at yourself in the mirror. You're gonna think to yourself like you're not worthy enough. But once you start really feeling like there's something out there better for all of us. You know, we can never sit here and think like, you know, the world is against us. The only person that's gonna be against you is yourself. So once you start figuring that out and finding yourself, you're in the peace within yourself.
Right.
You can do it.
Yeah, man.
You know, I've done it. I failed. I've tried. There's a quote that's always out there that, you know, you're walking down the hallway, one door, two doors, 10 doors gonna shut in your face, but you know what? That 11th door can definitely open for you. And I feel like, you know, where I'm at now today is just, I still strive every day. I still work hard. I appreciate everything I have because I worked for it. Nothing was handed to me. And to change my life to where I was to where I'm at now, I think, you know, it's a blessing. And I try to tell people all the time, like, don't ever give up. You know, I mean, I've had family members tell me that, why are you going to start a painting business? You're not good enough. You're not going to be able to do it.
Now, do you find on that thought that they are imposing their feelings on themselves, on you, because they may not have the courage to do what you did? Because it takes a lot of courage to do what you did.
Yes. At that point, I wasn't really thinking it that way, because I was just like, the family member telling me, is it true? You know, as I start really taking the chances and doing what I had to do, I started thinking that way. Like, you know what, maybe they don't want to do it. They're scared, you know, because the worst thing people want is everybody's scared of change. Just that word change is, especially for kids or anybody's out there that trying to start a business, they want to, you know, change their life for the better. Change is hard.
Yes, it is,
You
but it's
know?
inevitable.
Right, and it's just you got to keep going with it. You got to keep going. If not, you know, that word change is just going to be a word for you, and you're never going to change. I had to change my ways. I had to change my ways of thinking. I had to change my ways, as sad as it sounds, is listening to my family members who I really cared about and were telling me that I wasn't good enough. So I had to stay away from these people. You know, don't get me wrong, I love my family, you know, but
I think if I can, listening to what you're saying, you wanted to stay away from the negative thinking as opposed to the person, right? Because once you start absorbing what other people's negativity is and you start digesting that, then you start getting filled with self-doubt.
Right.
And self-doubt will crush you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the thing with success also is changing your places, people, and things. Because if you're hanging around with these people, right, same places, same people, and all they're doing is out there drinking, thinking negative, and telling you can't just because they can't do it, guess what? You're going to be that person.
Yeah.
So start just straying away from it little by little. You know, I mean, it's sad. I mean, I barely talk to half my family members because of it.
Because of your success?
Right. You know, it's sad, but at the same time, is you have to do it for you. I mean, I'm 48 years old. I got 5 kids. You know, I can't think about what my relationship is with certain family members if they don't really know my struggles of what I went through. Like, it's for me, it's crazy because when I was doing bad, I was close with them. But then all of a sudden I start doing good, everybody starts straying away. You know,
that is tough. That's tough to experience and go through, right? Because you got now a conflict in you as to why this is happening. But your other internal struggle is, I got to do what's right for my family, my 5 kids.
Right. Yeah. In success, you can't really try to please everybody around you. Because at the end of the day, when you're out there, you're struggling, you're paying your bills, your friends and families ain't going to pay your bills. So for me, it's just like, you know what? Hell with this. Say, I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm creating my own lane. I'm creating my own destiny. And that's what I've been trying to do.
I love that, man.
You know, I still got a lot of work to do, though.
It's all good. It's all good. But, you know, you took that first step. And that's hard for a lot of people. And I'm sure you're familiar with Tony Robbins, right? Yeah. When he talks about people fear of success. Do you find that the case? Like, do you ever find yourself worried that all this effort may eventually be what you imagined it to be, and then you get some fear?
Yes and no. I try not to really dwell too much on that. I dwell for today. I think about today. What I can do today to be better than what I was yesterday or what my business was yesterday. I think that if I start dwelling on the future, what everybody else say, I'm worried about what's going to happen next because I came here this far, you start failing because you start thinking like, oh man, what if I'm not here? I'm giving myself a 6-month goal, but what if I'm not close to it in 3 months? Right. I'm going to consider myself a failure. So every single day for me is a goal, what I can do better for tomorrow.
Right.
Yes, long-term goals are phenomenal. But for me, it's just day by day, especially when I was in addiction, day by day, one day at a time. You know, because once you start, you know, people start thinking about how much time they had sober or how much time or whatever, what are you counting for?
Right.
Just go for it, one day at a time. You'll get there.
That's great. Do you feel that path that you were on taught you a lot of lessons to business now?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we talk about that?
Yeah.
Because I think that's part of the hope, right? And unfortunately, I know some people who are addicted to different drugs and or alcohol, right? And feel hopeless.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind sharing that story, right? Because it's part of your story.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2001. In 99, 2000, 2001, I was running the streets, got caught with some drugs, some guns, went to prison. I started using the stuff that I was selling. At that time was heroin.
Wow.
You know, and I was young. I was 20-something years old. You know, and when I ended up getting my bid in 2001, I ended up doing like 9.5 years in prison.
Oh my God.
Came home. You know, I didn't pick up heroin again, but then I started using different other drugs. You know, and then I was just like, I kept feeling sorry for myself. You know, and the reason I was using, I would use when I was excited. I would use when I was mad. I would use when I'm driving down the street and just seeing something cool. You know, just that excitement. I would just use. I didn't know why. Until I was just like, you know what, like, I was homeless. 2012, I believe it was. I was in the streets of Newark, living in the streets for a while. I called my dad up one day and I told him, I said, Dad, you gotta get me out of here. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't want to live this way no more. I was like, I'm done.
Good for you.
And he got me a ticket and got me straight to Florida that same night. Went to Florida, stayed in Florida for about 2 or 3 years. And then here I am.
Wow, that's amazing. Because I'm thinking back about some of the kids that I know who are in this similar situation, right? The parents welcoming them back, trying to get them on the path of righteousness, so to speak. And it seems that the addiction is greater than what they believe they were done with, and then they take advantage of the parents.
Well, I think with my family at that time, my parents and all that, they left me to the wolves at first. You know, they were there for me. I'll pick up the phone. Did they trust me? No. They knew that it was an addiction. So I think the best part, what they did, you know, with my uncle, my dad, you know, my mom, is they left me.
So would that be advice that you would give to parents now when they have a child going through it? Because that's got to be excruciatingly painful.
It is painful, but at the same time, I know for a fact, in order for us to change, we have to want it. You can't force me to stop doing what I'm doing in the streets. You know, you can't.
Right.
I have to do it for myself. If I don't believe that I can do it and I want to stop, then I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it for you. You're telling me to stop. You're begging me to stop. I'm going to just yes you to death, just to please you for the moment.
Right.
Let me come back into your house, and then what? You know, and then it's just going to start all over again.
The cycle does start over.
You know, it's in order for us to stop doing drugs or doing whatever in the streets is take charge. You got to do it for yourself, nobody else. It's the only way we're going to stop.
So in your instance, you didn't go find help. Unless reaching out to your dad, you would consider that help, but it sounds like you had it in your head you were done.
Yeah.
You sound to be a very strong-minded individual.
Yeah, I never went to rehab. I did a drug program in jail when I was in prison, but out here, you know, I did outpatient because it was mandatory through probation, parole. But I've never went into inpatient or anything like that. I never did that. For me, I felt like it's great. Whoever does it, it works for them one day at a time. That's phenomenal. But everybody's different. For me, I just felt like I had to stop.
So physically, you didn't go through any withdrawals or anything like that?
No, because I wasn't doing the heroin after I came home from prison. I was doing like cocaine.
Oh, okay.
All right, so the heroin when I went to prison, yes, I did the withdrawal in prison. When I came home, I tried it one time and I was like, ew, this is nasty.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I didn't do it again. So I started picking up cocaine. And I just felt like cocaine is just, for me at that point, it was like, oh, you know, it was a feel good 2-second drug, waste of money.
Right.
You know. But yeah, I never searched for any type of help or anything like that.
God bless you, brother.
And then 2 years, it's going on 2 years, I stopped smoking cigarettes too.
2 years now.
Yeah, no nicotine patches, no gum, no nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I was sick one day, I took it, threw it away, and I said, I'm done.
And that was it.
That was it. I could be around someone smoking and it doesn't even bother me.
Yeah, the power of the mind. You got a strong mind, man.
You gotta want it. 'Cause I tried quitting smoking cigarettes plenty of time. I've been smoking since I was 18 years old. You know, and I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit. Throw the pack away, and still picked up.
What do you think this time made the difference? What was it?
Me.
You.
Me.
So nothing happened. You kids.
I was sick.
You were sick.
Yeah, I had the flu.
No
I
kidding.
picked up a cigarette. I lit it. I didn't like the way it tasted, and I was just like, ugh. Never picked it up again.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done. You know, and I tell people all the time, anybody can change. Anybody can stop doing whatever they want to do. You just have to do it within yourself. Have the mind, the powerness of your mind, and say, I can do it. I can change. I don't want to do this. You know, because it's killing a lot of people. Cigarettes, drugs, whatever it is.
Yes, indeed. And you don't find it to be habitual, like that constant. You don't miss that, or did you replace that with something else?
I didn't, honestly.
Wow.
I don't do vapes. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't have an urge for it no more. You know, it's just like with drugs. I know I wanted to stop, you know, because I knew that if I didn't stop, I wasn't there for my older kids. You know, I wasn't there for in their life.
Okay.
You know, and it hurts me that I wasn't there, but I know mentally I couldn't be there because I was messed up.
Right.
I was on drugs. I was going in and out of prison, doing my prison bid for a long stretch. Came home, still messing around. I've sold drugs. I thought I was like, this kingpin that, oh, I'm out here selling drugs. I got all these friends. I got all this money. But then when you go to prison, you got no friends.
So everybody pulled away from you.
Everybody. The only one that was there was my mom at that time. My mom passed away in 2011, probably like a year and a half after I came home from prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And then I got my dad. He lives in Florida, but they were never together. They were separated since I was like 3 years old.
Okay.
So
did you have a male role model in your life then?
Yes, my uncle.
Nice.
My Uncle Richie.
God bless.
Yeah, my Uncle Richie. I love him to death. He's great. But he was another one that also at that time, was like everybody else, didn't believe I can do it.
Do you kick the drugs or start your own business? And did he give you reasons?
His boss couldn't do it.
His boss couldn't do it.
So his boss they used to stain wood.
Okay.
In a factory. I used to work there. So
Okay.
he also had a painting business that would go to houses and paint, but majority of it was in-house, in a warehouse.
Okay.
So I guess he had went through some legal problems with the painting and all that, but
Oh, so he thought that putting it all together
it was hard
on the business side of things would have been too much for you
for
to
me.
do.
Yeah.
Good for you for overcoming that.
Yeah, it's I know what I wanted for my kids.
And you know what I love about this, and I tell this to my daughters all the time because they're of age, is that I don't care how many times you fail, but you need to try, right? And if you fail, there's always lessons to be learned in the failure, right? And then if you learn those lessons, you won't fail again. But especially if you're passionate with something. I see your videos, and I love your videos. I mean, especially the bloopers. I love that you do that, because you're keeping it real, right? Not everybody is perfect behind a camera. You can't be. But, your videos are organic. They're original. They're just you showing everybody what it is that you do. Right, and it's great, man.
Yeah, I love making the videos, man. But you're right. It's taking that chance. That keep trying. You're gonna fail and fail and fail, but take those failures as lesson learned, not just as failures. Because if you don't learn from it, you're gonna do it again. And listen, I've failed. Try to learn from it, and I still failed again. What did I miss this time?
Right.
And I kept going. You gotta keep going, keep going, keep going. Thank God we are where we are now. We got 7 trucks out there.
Good for you.
We've been in business going on 7 years, and we grew it to almost 1.6 million.
Wow.
So, and it's just being truthful to your customers and customer service and doing the best that you can.
So tell everybody, how can they get in touch with Walter?
Walter's Custom Painting. We are based out of Bayville, New Jersey, 732-797-8901. We do all interior, exterior painting, Venetian plaster, cabinet painting, and also epoxy.
So what is it that you want to talk about your business, what you do? Because this is the opportunity to reach.
Yeah. So, look, we are based out of Ocean County. We do Ocean, Monmouth County. We go down as far as Landon County, all of New Jersey. Interior, exterior, sheetrock repairs. We do all that stuff. One thing about us is that customer service is really important for us. We have the team, we have secretaries, we have project managers. Without that, and without my customers, there wouldn't be no Walter's Custom Painting. And which is why we are able to give back to the community, because I feel like if we in business not being selfish, it's not right. I don't feel right. So that's pretty much.
Continue to follow your heart, bro.
Trying little by little. I still got a lot to learn, still going, and never perfect. Just appreciating every moment of it, and that's it.
Beautiful. And which kind of painting do you like most? Do you like the Venetian plaster, which is awesome? I love that work that you guys do. Commercial or residential? Do you have a favorite?
Any favorites that can actually get my kids some food on the table.
Right. Okay.
Whatever job you have, call me. We do it all. Bathrooms. Just because we are as big as we are now, I don't turn down smaller jobs either. Because I feel like the smaller jobs create us who we are today, and can create us for bigger jobs as well.
So when you say bathrooms, do you remodel the bathrooms, or do you guys paint, like if there's a tile line above, things like that?
No, we just paint them. You don't want me to do on the remodel because that would look like my teeth all crooked. So we're not doing that. No.
See what I mean about him keeping it original and organic?
Oh, man.
That's great, bro.
Yeah, so anything that has to do with painting, we do it.
Okay.
You know, from sheetrock repairs, cabinets. You have cabinets that are ruined. You need new cabinet doors. We can do that for you as well. Venetian plaster, micro cement, flakes epoxy. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing metallic epoxy as well. We're going to school for that now. That's another thing about business is also learning, going to school, taking classes, expanding, not just staying on one niche. You got to stay ahead of anybody else out there that's doing business. See what's new, see what's working, you know. So
it's a beautiful thing, brother. I'm glad to see your journey has brought you to where you are.
Thank you.
And you continue to strive for righteousness, and it's a wonderful story.
Yeah, thank you. It's, you know, for any kids out there, man, follow your dreams. You know, don't let your parents, don't let your friends tell you that you can't do it, because at the end of the day, you are your own destiny. You create your own destiny. You know, it's all you. No one's gonna do it for you. You know, you got to put in the work for it. You know, I mean, look at the multi-millionaires out there. You know, Elon Musk, all these guys, everybody failed. You know, and they just were persistent. They kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it, and finally they got to where they wanted to be.
Right. And the owners are the hardest working people in the room.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we don't stop. I don't. You know, I still get up 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, I try to go to sleep a little bit earlier, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you gotta pay the bills. Stay with it.
God bless you, brother.
Oh, thank you. God bless you.
Walter's Custom Painting, Bayville, New Jersey. What's the region you surface? All of Ocean, all of Monmouth?
All of Ocean, all of Monmouth, technically all of New Jersey. We'll drive far as well, as long as the job is, you know, obviously down there is worth it. But we go pretty much anywhere.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you for coming out today. Walter's Custom Painting. Please reach out to Walter if you guys have a project in need, or if you have anything that you want to run by Walter, suggestions on what you should do if you're contemplating a project. I'm sure he'd be happy to help anybody walk through any sort of project. New residential, old remodel, anything that you guys have. Walter's Custom Painting. Again, this is the Hope Show, where we're bringing hope to those who feel hopeless. Inspired by Jamesy, powered by Adapting Social, and I want to thank my sponsor, All American Ford, for making this possible today for us to share Walter's story.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it.